Right, led back to the unit now. We've got past the gate man as well unscathed, by the way, in case you're wondering. He's not in today. He's off on his holidays. Again, on a holiday. He's always on holiday, that man, like Judith Chalmers. Now, before we get into today's video, just a quick mention from our sponsor at Vehicle Score. If you're about to go and buy a used vehicle, then you must check out Vehicle Score. Vehicle Score's service is completely free to use. The basic service is simple. You just go onto the Vehicle Score website, type in your registration number, and you'll get a unique score to your car, which you can compare to the one in Vehicle Score's database. It gives you lots of free information, such as vehicle data, the MOT history, the mileage history, and even a free valuation. But also they carry out their in-depth check service, making sure your vehicle is free of finance, making sure it's never been involved in an accident, so an insurance loss, or a uninsured loss, so it's not been for a salvage auction, something which standard HPI checks might not pick up on. It'll make sure it's never been used as a taxi, never been imported or exported, had a colour change, any mileage discrepancies. It's one of the most in-depth checks out there at the best possible price, and it gets better because you get a discount for being a Car UK viewer. Simply type in Car UK 20 and you'll get 20% off any of their paid checks, with them starting from as little as a cup of coffee. So make sure you check out Vehicle Score when buying your next car, and always remember the basic service is completely free to use, so get yourself over to vehiclescore.co.uk or download the app today. Morning all, welcome back to the Car UK channel. Today we are off on a little bit of a collection job to Aston Barclay Prees. We're picking up a few vehicles. Now, I've actually been buying some vehicles for a business customer of ours, some 4x4 products, and we're going to go and pick those up now. But that's not all I'll be doing today. Going to be filming throughout the day, basically showing what's been going on really over the last few days. It's been really busy, so I'll have a bit of a catch up with you as well later on about what's going on in the workshop during the day. But first of all, going to have a look at a Landrover Discovery we're going to pick up from Aston Barclay, hopefully. A Discovery 4, which I think is possibly one of the cheapest Discovery 4s that is in running good order that I've ever seen go through the auction. So we're going to have a look at that, and then also pick up some Sportages hopefully as well, and then see what the rest of the day brings. So let's get ourselves over to Aston Barclay and pick up this cheap Land Rover. Here she is, star of the show, the bargain I think. 3,900 quid for this. No number plates, forgot about that. It's a good job we've got other cars to take today, so we'll have to go get some number plates made up for this. Clearly it's had private plates on. So yeah, that could have been a mistake, but anyway, nonetheless, we'll just leave it here on the car park. Well, no, we won't leave it on the car park, on the front, because gate man will get very cross. I think it'll be another Jag situation. So we'll put it on the main car park and come get it with some number plates tomorrow. Knobbly tyres on, quite like the look of it. It's very, very clean this. Like I said, it's a 2011 plate. Disco 4, 3 litre diesel. It's a bit mileagey, like I said, that's why it was a little bit on the cheap side. But in fairness, these have come down quite a lot over the last 18 months. Situations with obviously insurance is difficult, road tax is the killer. Not going to be an issue for my customer because we're going abroad, but you know, that's the reason why you can pick these up cheap. And for a car that's done 130,000, that's clean. I can see a tiny, I can barely see it. There's a little, basically, it's like a tiny little ding there. Just to get out, Dent Man will get out when he comes round and just on his little walk round he does with us. And a little bit of a touch up I've seen somewhere on one of the other bumpers, but it's tiny, absolutely tiny. Let's have a look inside. Should be keyless. There we go. Leather, HSE, nice thing. Not cream leather. I always hate cream leather in cars like this. That's what you want. 7 seats, 2 last roofs. Let's get in it, fire it up. Done 134. So that's obviously why it's priced accordingly. So she fires up. Oh, look at that. Never in doubt. Beautiful. Look at that. Diesel as well. Drop of diesel. Washer's working. Radio working. Yeah, radio's working. Got no warning lights on the dash, which is good. So I noticed that when we went through it, the first thing you're going to check on a Land Rover, you're looking, making sure there's no warning issues or anything like that. It's actually really clean, this. It's been well looked after for that miles, I'll tell you that. Let's have a quick look in the back. That's immaculate. 130,000. Set of mats in this, nice set of fitted mats. You know, maybe some nice rubber ones, you know, hard wearing stuff. Proper car, this. Oh, you need a little smoker for someone. I'd love this for myself, just to potter around in. It's just obviously expensive to run. Oh, right. Let's pull this out and we'll tread it out past the gate man, hopefully unscathed, and I'll show you quickly my other two purchases today as well. We're picking up some a couple of Sportages. Right, there's the old Lanchester parked up. I'll show you quickly these other two before we shoot off. Sportages again from your same customer, 2 litre diesels these, 4-wheel drive ones, that's why, 2 litres, the 1.7s. As far as I'm aware, the 1.7s weren't all-wheel drives, so I've certainly never seen one. Quickly show you inside them, obviously got valets and stuff, but they were handy money. One of them was cheaper than the other, I can never remember which one was which, but one of them was a steel. I think it was this one. Bit more scruffy this one, but it'll clean up into a car. These are pretty simplistic things, these Sportages. We like selling these, we do well with the, I mean, we don't sell the 4-wheel ones, we sell the 2 wheels. But petrols and diesels, they're just really, really good news. This one's done 86 thou. Drop of fuel in that one. As far as I'm aware, this one didn't need any paint. I think this was the cheaper one of the two, which surprised me because this one does need paint, and it was more money. But there we go. It's funny things, auctions. But there we are. This one wants, like I say, obviously wing there wants doing. Show you the wing. That wants a bit of paint on it, and it wants this door sorting out as well. It's just a bit, you can't quite see in this, but it's got the mark there on the door, scratch. Might come out, we'll see, but it definitely wants a buff up. Might get away with a buff up maybe, I don't know, but we definitely want that wing doing. Inside, a little bit cleaner inside this one. It should start up as well, hopefully on the button. I think this one's a higher spec model, which probably maybe have a bit more bearing on the price, but even so, it was quite a lot more than the other one. Same mileage, 84 thou. Yeah, so there we are. We'll obviously get these back, sorted for the customer, and hopefully they can find buyers for him. Right, there's a Sportage off on his holidays. Chap over there in this Mariva has just been collaring me. It was first of all, he'd seen the channel, so he was after a top-down machine, which I don't keep on me. I always get people coming over to me going, have you got one of those top-down machines? I want to buy them off you. It's like, I don't keep them on me. But he's also bought a Mariva. He's asking me for his advice on it because it's well, he thinks it's got egg gasket failure, but it isn't. It's got oil sorry, it's got water in the oil, so it's gone a bit emulsified, which you would think is egg gasket failure, but it isn't. It's actually the 1.4 petrol suffers with side timing chain gasket leak water. So they basically break and water gets into the oil, and then it gives you the false illusion that it's egg gasket's gone when it's not. It just wants a new, well, chain and a side casing. Flush it out and away you go. So he's a little bit relieved about that, but it's still a few hundred quid to sort out. But there we are. Anyway, hope you'll sort that out and make a quid out of it. I'm sure you will. Do you know what? I'm pleased with that. I mean, it's not my car, not something I'm selling, but for my customer, really pleased. I think that is a bargain. 3,900 quid for a... It's even got knobblies on as well. I mean, them tyres, Wranglers all around and stuff. I mean, you can just tell. I mean, there isn't a lot of history with this, in fairness, but you can just tell whoever has had it has looked after it, because that's very clean for a car with 134 on. Wheels look immaculate, like they've been redone a few years ago. The brakes as well. I'm just looking at the brakes, I can see straight away discs are decent, the pads are all nice and meaty. Wrangler tyres, you know, you could have cheapskated there, but he hasn't cheapskated. He's put Goodyear Wranglers on. They're not cheap tyres. You can just tell this has been someone's pride and joy. Chuffed to bits for that, I really am. That's a nice purchase. I say the mileage lets it down, but that's why it's cheap, you know. And I'll tell you what, they make a good prize at. What a good raffle car that would have made. But anyway, it's off abroad, and hopefully they'll make a shilling out of it as well. Right, we get back now in my eye go. Right, led back to the unit now. We've got past the gate man as well unscathed, by the way, in case you're wondering. He's not in today. He's off on his holidays. Again, on a holiday. He's always on holiday, that man, like Judith Chalmers. Anyhow, we're going to get ourselves now back to the unit, see how the day's progressing. I've got the Dacia on the ramp as well, having a clutch done, which my mechanic's on, and a few other cars in the background being valeted. Got the Maserati going out tomorrow, so I need to get that detailed when I get back. That's just been for MOT and passed, so that's good. So anyhow, let's get back to the ranch. Right, back at the ranch. The Sportage made it in one piece. Yard is looking pretty full, but in fairness, it's mostly sold cars, so they'll be going out in the next few days. That's not worrying me too much. Let me show you what's been going on in here. So, clutch is out on the floor, and the gearbox is out. With a bit of a surprise on this one. First of all, we found coolant leak. You can see all the coolant's been leaking onto this box, which might explain why we got a bit of a crap clutch pedal, because it's That's a bit, not the best. Clutch isn't as worn as I thought. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not rubbish either. But with that high travel, it might be something to do with this seizing up slave cylinder potentially, I don't know. But we've got a leak on the housing above it, which you can see there. So we've got to buy new housing for it, get that fitted, get rid of that water leak. Yeah, a bit of a trek that. You've got to take all the subframe off, which we didn't realise until he started it, and all the power steering pipes got to come out of the way. But at least he's getting a bit of progress on it. We should have that done hopefully probably Wednesday, I'd imagine. We've also got broken spring, this we found, and also he's found drop links bushes are knackered as well, so they need sorting. But we'll get there with it. I've got to get it out Thursday. Customer wants it, so we can do with it. Could do with it gone because we need to get some money back in for December, ready for spending in Jan, hopefully. Fiat's on the ground. We're going to take that for a test drive later on. We've got the Peugeot. Valet's just doing the Peugeot for now. We're not sure we're going to retail this or trade this, but it needs cleaning nonetheless. So he's getting on with that. Although he has been this morning cleaning out all my grids. You're doing a cracking job. Right, see what's going on in the office. Wife's still here? No, she's pissed off. Never mind. I've been told. Wow. Well, the lads just told me I've got a parcel. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Look at this! Top Don's finest. I had one of these last year. They sent me a box, and it had my old Top Don bear in there in the corner. He was in there with a few other little knickknacks we had. Let's have a look inside. There we go. Got the lid off finally. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this. We got it here. Got a fleece blanket, Top Don blanket. What the hell's that? Some Top Don Lego. Christmas baubles. Oh yes. What a lovely touch this is. Don't get sent many gifts. Oh yes, Christmas baubles. I tell you what, I like these gifts you get free off companies because I can always repatriate it to presents for everybody else. Oh yes. We've got here now a handmade soap. Oh, that's going to be a good one, that is. That is going to be a good gift to give away. There's going to be an auntie somewhere or someone. Yeah, take that's it. Take them out, individuals. Wrap them up. Beautiful. I tell you what, this is saving me a killing, this has. What's this? Drive to the seaside. It's intriguing. Use an air freshener or something. What the hell is that? Living Passion air freshener. I think it's an air freshener. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, it'll get put to use. Thank you very much, Top Don, for that. Didn't need to send me anything, but you have. Well done, thank you. I don't know what that is. Is that some sort of, oh no, cushion, travel cushion? I don't know. Anyway, the wife will sort that out. She'll love all that. She loves all this sort of stuff. Right, moving on. What's going on outside? We've got, funny enough, got the Ghibli back actually. That's just arrived. That is past his MOT. Going out that tomorrow afternoon. I'm sad to see that go because, as I say, I've had that for over 6 years, and yeah, it's a shame, but there we are. It's got to have to go. It's getting cleaned up and detailed now. Another thing as well, actually, quickly show you, slightly off subject maybe, but it is relevant, is these new giveaway boxes we're doing. These are for customers who are obviously buying vehicles. I'll show you one. It's from a company who approached us. I mean, and funny enough, they've been doing the rounds actually around a lot of the trade lads, and certainly the other channels as well. I know James with Chops Garage has got one of these boxes sets, and I think Joe has as well, from a company called MUSSAY. Basically, they're just gift boxes you give out to customers. They're not dear. They're like, you work out about 11 quid. But the thing is, they've got like little knickknacks in them, like drinks and sweets and just little chocolates and stuff like that. It's a nice touch, and say they're not dear. They're about £11 a box. They come with like a QR code, and the idea behind it is obviously you give them something nice, and people remember by, etc. When they buy the car, they're more likely to remember you. But it's more the I can't seem to shut this box. What's wrong with me? There we go. But they've got the QR codes on as well, as you can see there, with our logo on. So you get more reviews, and in fairness, it's actually working. We're having some good reviews on it, and people just say thanks so much, etc. So for the sake of 11 quid, I don't think they're a bad idea. It's a nice little touch, and you're just more likely to be able to remember you. And my logic behind it is, for the sake of what, £11 a box or £12 a box, whatever it is you can buy them from. You know, if you sent out 8 of those to a customer when they buy a car, and for instance, one of them came back and bought another car or recommended someone else or whatever, it's it's well worth it. And also from the review side of it, because we get a lot of positive reviews, but you don't get every single person who buys a car does review. You're actually surprised how many people don't review. We get good reviews when they do happen, but yeah, it'd just be nice to try and push reviews up, and hopefully if one of those boxes means that someone else comes and buys a car, reality, it's paid for itself, hasn't it? Anyway, I'll put a link in the description for the company who makes them boxes, because I think they're a good idea, and any traders out there, particularly if you're maybe starting off, or got a small pitch, or even you're a big trader, whatever. I was a bit sceptical when they first approached me, to be honest with you. I've been offered this sort of stuff before, but to be fair, they were well presented, they're good value, and they are working, they are bringing in reviews, so I think it's well worth the investment. So if anyone's interested, I'll put the links in the description for them. There's nothing in it for me, I'm not getting any money or anything like that. It's just literally if it's a good idea, and if any old traders out there wants to just try and think outside the box, might want to try it, get hold of him, nice bloke who deals with him, yeah, get in touch with him and see if you can strike a deal with him. Evening all. I tell you what, I don't know what's going on at the moment. December has turned into absolute crazy season for car sales. Non-stop all day with the phone calls. We were busy yesterday, we were busy on the weekend as well. Last week was busy, and we've sold even more today. I've got rid of a Corsa straight away. We've got I think we've got a Hyundai 30 over the line. I've got 3 other cars in paint that people want to come and have a look at, they want to put name downs on. Literally people wanting to put deposits down on cars that they've never seen, not ready. I mean, it's just come out of nowhere. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. The people just all of a sudden just realise they need a car. Are they all going down? A lot of them are new drivers, Christmas. That seems to be a big factor. A lot of lads and girls who get past the test, I think they get money at Christmas and they go and buy a car. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm going to take it while we can. Although it is certainly affecting the pitch, because really, I'm just looking now, actually, let me show you. Got a Panda left, I've got an Audi left, which I need to fit that wiper motor. I think that's just now sold. I think the lady's coming back in a minute, put a deposit on it. Suzuki left, so we're on 3 cars. We've got the Peugeot left, 4, which I'm surprised hasn't sold, although we had interest on it. Very low mileage, 108. And we've got the Viva left, and another 108, the purple one, which I need to put on Facebook page, keep forgetting. We'll pull that out tomorrow and do that. So what we've got there, 3, 4, 6 really, because I think the i30 is almost imminently sold. So we've got 6 cars left. I've got more cars sold than I have actually on sale. Yeah, I think we might need to go buying a little bit quicker than I thought, which is going to mean that all these cars in the corner, some of these are sold by the way, but some of these in the corner are not going to get looked at now, probably till after Christmas, which has put that plan of getting these out and done and fixed and gone and traded on, etc., on the back burner, because obviously sold cars must be priority. Can't keep these brought to the can't bring these to the front and say to people, sorry, you're going to have to wait, we're going to have to crack on with the sold stuff. Anyway, never mind, I'll take this conundrum over where I thought we were going to be in December, which was literally just breaking even, and yeah, just trying to get through the month and go again in Jan. Now well, right, we've also got rid of a couple of other dead cars actually. We have got rid of the 107 scrapper, that's gone. I've got rid of a Scenic. Got rid of one bad Scenic, which I've got all the bits off now to make one good Scenic over there, which I'm not going to retail before people ask me, because I don't retail Renault Scenics. I'm not a bit funny on Renaults. I don't mind a Clio, but Scenics, no, not for me. Although we'll do the Megans, but no, not these. This is definitely getting traded on. I've already got a man laid up for that thing. Diesel 1.5. Nothing wrong with the engine. It's just temperamental things. I'm going to grab my phone. Right, you joined me a few hours later. It is now closing time. It's gone dark. I put the camera down and yeah, chaos ensued for the rest of the afternoon. Lots of phone calls. Not had time to pick the camera back up and do any filming, I'm afraid. So I thought I'd catch up with you now before I go home. It has been a very, very hectic day. In fact, it's been a very, very hectic week so far. And even last week was really busy. I don't know what has gone on over the last 10 days. It is like someone has flicked a switch and everyone wants to buy a car last minute all of a sudden. But yeah, I've had, I think the i30's concluded. I'm just going to check in a minute on the deposit on that. She says she's sending a deposit over, so that's good news. Just had a couple on about an hour ago looking at the green Vauxhall Viva. They were actually looking at a Panda I've got and a Viva. We've narrowed it down to the Viva now, which they're coming to drive in the morning, do a test drive on. Was trying to get them to test drive it now, but it's a bit chaos outside on the roads. They're dead busy, so they're going to come in the morning when it's a bit quieter, which is fair enough. So but they are a previous customer who have bought a car from us, I think it was a Kia Rio, a nice 15 plate one we had in, and they bought that and they love it. So they've come back and bought, well, hopefully going to buy another car off us. I'm not too worried about the Viva because it doesn't need anything doing to it. Literally wants half a day in the workshop. So I can probably get that through. But anything else after that, sales-wise, we're going to be struggling. I have got a guy coming to look at some 107s as well tomorrow, which I'll talk more about in a minute. Anyway, let me show you what's been going on in the workshop. I've not had much of a chance to get in here today. The mechanic's been on his own, but then again, he'll probably say that he's always on his own in here every day. Let me show you. So we've got the dasher, which we saw earlier on. Well, you would have seen it earlier on in the video, but it was yesterday when we filmed it. It was in the air behind the clutch done. That is now on the ground done. We've just bled it up. This is a bit of a pain to bleed, Dacias are, and Renaults and Nissans. They have a little bit of an odd bleeding system. We have to pull a pin out, and it's like a gravity-fed rubber. Oh, it's horrible. But anyway, you have to faff around with them. So we're going to leave that overnight now, make sure that's okay. But it's got a nice bike point on it now. The clutch wasn't as worn as we thought, to be honest. I think it was original, but it wasn't as worn as I thought it would have been. But nonetheless, the bike point's there now. What was wrong with it, we're not quite sure, but anyway, it's done, sorted. And we're going to see get that. I think it's just been serviced as well. He's done spring on it because for some reason it had a new spring on one side. In fairness, the car's barely moved, and then this side was left. And obviously, what usually happens is the case that within a very short period of time, the opposite side will break. That's why I should do things in pairs, really, within reason. But that one's, like I said, had one side done, the other side wasn't. So we've just put a new one on this side to match it up. So that is now going to be going hopefully to MOT tomorrow. And then we can get it out for the customer on Thursday, which I'll be pleased to see that one go, because that has been a very, very good purchase for us, I say, and it sold straight away, and you know, didn't surprise me. We've also got the Corsa, which we sold. I sold this morning. I mentioned it earlier on, and we just got it straight on the ramp now to organise it, because I didn't think it would need a great deal. And in fairness, it doesn't need that much. It needs one or two things that I wasn't planning on, but yeah, doesn't surprise me on a Corsa. To be honest, they always have something hidden underneath and needs fixing, on top of the usual stuff we do. So this is having disc and pads on the front. The disc and pads are, I mean, they're not horrendous, but they are a little bit low, to be honest with you. You'd probably get for a ticket, but we're not like that. We've put disc and pads on. They've got a nasty lip on them as well. So yeah, just new disc and pads. They're so cheap, why not? We need to get a caliper. That's what's put a bit of a stop to us. You can see there, it's all twisted up and it's not going back properly. So we'll put a caliper on it, which is surprising actually, because it didn't have any brake issues when I went and drove it, or when it was a bit noisy. There you go, new side on there. I think he's also put a new exhaust on as well. That was blowing. We've done that. He's got to have the usual stuff we do on these. Purge valve, that's a bit noisy. That'll end up going soon, so we just usually change all those. So we're going to put a new purge valve on, which I'll put you a picture of here. It sits above the rocker box. And things like that we've got to change on it. We'll check the coil packs on them because they usually go a bit dicky and can leak oil and stuff, and housings, cooling housings, we do all them. Although I think we have done this one because this was leaking originally when it came in, the housing really bad, so we did that one straight away. So I think that's been done, but we'll get it all finished off tomorrow and hopefully get that MOT'd out at the end of the week as well. So that'll be another one gone, and quite a bit, well, a bit of cash back in as well. He said it's probably nearly £8,000 across those two cars just tied up there. It'd be amazing what some even old cars like I deal in can have money tied up. You know, it's you've got to get that cash flowing around your business and then into the bank and back into other stock ideally, or in my case, clear out the old stock. So we'll get them two sorted tomorrow and done. I've got a bit of a dilemma really, because we've got lots of other stuff going out this week which we need to try and fit in, and it's now just a case of juggling people's expectations. In fairness, of the, I think 9 or 10 we've now sold, there's only 2 or 3 that are really urgent, i.e. ASAP. The others are a bit more lax, so we can move them around a bit and work on those maybe, you know, towards the end part of this week or next week. So long as we get most of them out by Christmas, we should be okay. I'm just a little bit concerned going forward about any new sales because, well, I think we could probably manage 1 or 2 if they're not too bad. Depends when they want them. If they want them like yesterday, we're going to struggle, because we've now got to a point where, you know, if I sell 2 or 3 more cars and they all want them before Christmas, we'll put ourselves in trouble, because with that list we've got, I'm going away over Christmas and I don't want to, you know, start letting people down. The Viva tomorrow, which we've got a chap coming to look at, if they buy that, which I'm pretty sure they will, that doesn't need too much work. So that doesn't worry me, because we've done most of that to it and it's a very, very clean, low mileage car. Probably wants half a day in the workshop. I've got a guy coming look at some 107s tomorrow for I think it's his son. Either one of those, they're going to need work doing to them. So again, it's depending on, I'm going to have to ask the question, when do you need it? If he needs it like ASAP, we're in trouble. I don't think we'll get that done before Christmas, but we'll see. We'll have to manage it. But I'm just, we've got to be careful. I don't want to start letting people down, and I certainly don't want to be stressed the last few days before Christmas. Plus, on top of that, I've also got to be on the ball with the stuff I bought earlier on. We saw the Land Rovers and Kias. We should be getting them back as well in the next few days, although that's not really going to worry our workshop side because it's not dealt with here, but I still have to go through and help those vehicles along and get all the parts ordered and stuff like that. So it's going to be a busy old Christmas, I think. Anyway, I think that is enough for today. I'm going to get myself off home and go get some sleep. So thank you for watching this video, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you like this sort of content, if you can help me out by clicking the like and subscribe button, because it does mean a lot to me and it also helps me grow the channel. So if you could just do that now for us, I really do appreciate it. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.